What are you waiting for?
I'm trying to tell you to save your life. There's a boy that runs around here. When he sees a purse like that, he grabs it and runs away. If
Really?
he sees that, he grabs it and runs away. So protect it. Hang on to it.
Okay. Thank you.
Hey, Bubba, come talk to me. Hey, Bubba, taking it to the street. It's Bubba time. Bubba time. Set your clock to Bubba time. Bubba time. Bubba time. Set your dial to Bubba time.
Hi, I'm Bubba Cohen, and welcome to this week's Bubba Time. I'm in front of one of my favorite places, Spreece, which is a pizzeria for tiramisu, which is right down the block. Two of my favorite restaurants right here on Lincoln Road. The reason we're here on Lincoln Road, we're going to head up the block over to Alton Road. We're going to talk with George Panarities from Fenestra Development. They're the people building the new movie theater on Lincoln and Alton. We'll talk with George, find out when the theater will be open. We'll also talk with Fire Chief Louis Garcia. Great guy, grew up on the beach, went to school here. Fire chief of Miami Beach. I wonder if he ever thought that would happen when he was going to school at South Beach Elementary. Also, Cash McMahon, find out how the motion picture and film industry is doing right here in South Florida. And Jimmy Resnick with the dedication of the new PAL building. All of that on this week's Bubba Time. A lot of action happening early here on Lincoln Road. I'm, of course, with George Panarities from Fenestra Development, the person building the $40 million multiplex theater here on Lincoln Road. First off, the people at home want to know, when is our theater in Miami Beach going to be built?
My favorite question. We're shooting for May 1st. We should be pretty close to it, if not right on schedule.
Now, I've heard that before down here. I mean, I look at it and I don't see behind. It looks like it's hardly even built behind it. But you said what? That'll take like real quick?
The remaining section is just the garage, and that's going to be a precast. They're building the foundation now, so once the foundation's done, the garage portion goes right up. We've lost time. I mean, we're about 6 months behind schedule. I was told by everybody, don't complain, we're in South Florida. But all in all, we're pleased with the job that's being done, and we're looking forward to its opening.
Now, let's give the people at home an idea of what's going to be in there. 18 screens?
18 screens, 3,000 seats. There'll be a total of 750 cars worth of parking. We'll have 300 on site here, and the city is building a second garage directly behind the Sun Trust building, which will house another 400 cars. That we're hoping will alleviate some of that traffic snarl.
Now, some of the cynics say, oh, there's only 300 parking spaces over there, and there's not enough parking. But actually, there's some method to that madness, isn't there, to keep all the traffic?
The city asked us to restrict our parking on site to 300. You generally figure one parking spot for every 2.5 cars, which would be the 750. And what they did is they came out with an RFP and are building the second garage behind the Sun Trust. That will give us a total of the 750 parking spots that we need. That garage is being done by DACRA and Quick Park out of New York. Good operators. DACRA, the young gentleman Scott knows the market very well, and Quick Park is an experienced park operator.
Of course, DACRA is the Robbins brothers, Craig and Scott.
I think Scott's handling this particular project.
Now, the movie theaters, they're going to be state-of-the-art. I mean, the new big one is, the Aventura movie theater.
Very similar on the inside. It'll be stadium seating. It'll have multiple sound systems. I think there's 5 different sound systems that go into a movie theater now, depending on what type of film they have.
What kind of movies? What kind of movies are you going to try playing there? I mean, are you going to do some of the art films?
They're going to be a mass market, and then I know Regal is exploring closely having some foreign movies, especially during our tourist season, because we get so many people from Italy and France and Germany, to bring first-run foreign films, some Latin films, because we have a big Latin population here on the beach, and then there'll be some alternative lifestyle.
Okay, I interrupted you on the retail. What's going to be in there? Give us an idea. I mean, on the corner at the old bank.
It's going to be Banana Republic. They're doing a magnificent store. I've seen their plans, and they're doing their own construction. The remainder of it will be primarily retail. What we've tried to do is have only one restaurant here on Lincoln Road, and the rest of it being soft goods, hoping to pump up the daytime traffic here in Lincoln Road. And how can I put it, the lower price, the casual dining will be over on Alton Road. You know,
And
the
that's
pizza,
basically
the
for
ice cream. Yeah.
for the kids, really. I mean,
Exactly.
you know, and that's one of the complaints about movie theaters. Oh, you build a theater and it's all kids. But we're going to try to address that by what? Having the pizzas and the
As
lessons.
they exit the theater, try to move them over to Alton Road, where the casual dining is, the more inexpensive dining. This here will be a little more upscale. It'll be a company called Benihana's, excellent restaurant. And there'll be one, well, the coffee cocktail bar called Zandu's. They're putting one down by the new hotel, the Lowe's, and they'll be putting one here. And that's geared towards a little older crowd. So what our hope is to keep the children, the younger people over on Alton Road, keep this more upscale in tune with the rest of Lincoln Road.
Now, you wear a second hat also. You're chairman of the Lincoln Road. I mean, this committee has changed a few times. What is the name now?
It's called the Lincoln Road Marketing Association. It's made up of landlords, retailers, and the arts that are here on Lincoln Road. And we work very closely with a group called the Lincoln Road Mercantile Association, I'm sorry. A good group, which is primarily the merchants. And what we're trying to do is an organized marketing campaign, similar to what you see in Las Olas or some of the other primary streets, because we're well known to the people in the immediate area, but we're trying to get the word out more to the people in South Miami and Kendall and like that as well.
The people in the immediate area, the vision of Lincoln Road a year from now. What's this road going to, is it going to be that much different?
I think it'll only improve. It's going to be an exciting period. You're going to have the convention hotel opening up, and that hotel is going to go a long ways to getting better utilization out of our convention center. I think it was a good investment on the part of the city. The theater, the same thing. It'll bring that traffic, and that'll just stimulate it. It's not going to make Lincoln Road. I believe Lincoln Road is well established. It's sort of the dessert.
What we're worried about is it going to kill Lincoln Road?
No. I think a lot of our customer base, the theater, how can I put it? The theater is primarily targeted towards local people. When people come down here on vacation, they're not coming to see a movie. They can do that at home.
Right.
They got our beaches and the wonderful restaurants. I think what it will do is maybe the people on the beach that traditionally have gone over to the shopping centers to shop will start looking at Lincoln Road as a shopping road, as well as an evening entertainment and dining road. And that's important to us because after 6 o'clock at night, from 6 to 1 o'clock, this street is packed. People want to be here. But we're not getting the kind of traffic we feel we deserve between 12 in the afternoon and 6 at night. And I think that's where the hotel and the theater can go a long ways to bringing people here. One of the things that Regal was explaining to me is that the movie theater here gets tremendous daytime traffic because so many of our local people work in the evenings in the tourist industry. So it gets them down to the road, and that's important. I know once they come here, they'll love the road. And there's wonderful shopping, wonderful dining. I feel we've got a good mix of retail tenants here. We've got the arts here in the form of the ballet and the symphony. And it's just getting people here to utilize all these.
Well, George Panarities, Fenestra Development. I'm going to call you like the godfather of Lincoln Road now.
Not yet.
Of course, the developer of the $40 million multiplex theater. Thanks. And thanks for being a part of this community. This man's been here a few years now, and your lovely wife, Irene.
Well, I sat through 3 summers, so I feel I'm almost close to local.
He's broken in.